In this tutorial, we're going to talk about index match. Index match allows you to find the intersection of a column and a row. In this example, you'll see we have a little section called quarter 2. And in quarter 2, we have 3 states, Washington, Oregon, and California. So rather than going through this big table to find the sales dollars for these 3 states for these 3 months, I can actually do an index match that will look up the state and find the month that matches and return that intersection. So to do that, let's click inside cell P5 and we're going to type in the following formula. Index, open parentheses. Now, index means what are you actually going to pull, what's the data source? Our data source is cells B2 through M51. So I'm going to highlight cells B2 through M51. And I'm going to make those absolute. I don't ever want those cells to change. So if I click this formula and drag it across or drag it down, I don't want that to change. It's always going to be B2 through M51. So I'm going to hit the F4 button on my keyboard. You'll notice that it puts those little absolute or dollar signs in front of that cell reference. Then we're going to do a comma. And we're going to match. And what are we going to match? Well, the first thing we're going to match is we're going to say, okay, find Washington. And Washington is in row 5 in column O. So the first thing we want to match is the state. And we're going to hit the F4 button 3 times because we want the O to stay if we click and drag this formula, but we don't care if the row moves. So if we click and drag down, we want the row to increase as we drag down. And all right, so where am I going to find the state? I'm going to find the state, comma, in the cells A2 through A51. And since those cells are never going to change, I'm going to make them absolute by hitting the F4 button on my keyboard. Comma, 0. I want an exact match. I'm going to close a parentheses. I'm going to hit comma. I'm going to match something else. This time I'm going to match my month. In this case, that's in cell P4. So I'll click inside P4. I'll hit the F4 button twice because I want the row number to stay the same, but I want the column to change as I drag it across. Comma, and I will find the months in cells B1 through M1. And by the way, to highlight everything within a range, B1 through M1 or A2 through A51, just hold down your Shift, Control keys and then hit your over arrow or your down arrow or whatever direction you're going in. So the months are never going to change, right? They're always going to be cells B1 through M1. So I'm going to make those absolute by hitting the F4 button. Comma, again, I want an exact match, so 0, don't change it. And I need 2 closing parentheses so they all match up because I have 3 opening and only 1 closing. So I will hit 2 enter. And there's my result. April for Washington is 15/8/80/47. Let's check it. April, Washington, 15/8/80/47. Awesome. All right. So now we can click and drag this over and drag it down.